Hello and welcome to AvidMax Tying Tuesdays. My name is Brady, your fly tyer. Today we're going to show you how to tie the double yolk foam egg. Pretty cool pattern, a lot of fun to tie these. We're going to start with it on a fire hole 315. It's a nice hook for this pattern because it's got kind of a flatted spot up top. Then I'm going to use the McFly foam. We're going to do two colors today. We're going to use the flame, which is a nice pink color, and then we're going to put a steelhead orange just as kind of an accent. And that's where the dual yolk comes in. You'll see what I mean when we're done. And then we're going to finish off, or we're going to utilize anyways, some Zap-A-Gap just to keep things secure. This GSP thread that we're going to use, GSP 100 denier, can be pretty slick, so having some glue underneath helps out quite a bit. So the first thing we're going to do is just start our GSP thread right on the hook here. As you can see, it's pretty slick, so I like to give it just a couple extra wraps before I come in and clip it out. It can also be kind of a hard material to trim. Can wear on your scissors a little bit, so be aware of that when you're using GSP. But basically all we're going to do is we're going to grab some of our McFly foam yarn. So I have this pink foam, and I've selected a good hank of it here. You can see I got quite a bit of material, and then I took just a little bit of that orange and I'm putting it on top. If you wanted a single hot spot on top of the egg, you could put it like that, but I like to kind of work it into the material. And so you can see it's kind of in the center there. And what that's going to do when we finally tie it in is I'll actually have two little hot spots, or I like to call them yolks, for the trout eggs here. So we're going to position that right on the hook shank here. And then we're going to give it just a couple of loose wraps. And make sure you have it positioned where you want it there before we come and we snug it real tight to that hook shank. Great thing about GSP is the strength that you get out of the thread. Makes a big difference when you're tying this type of a fly. So now that we have it on our hook shank, I'm going to pull it nice and tight, get it to stretch out as well as I can, either side there. And then we'll give it a couple more wraps here and make sure it's in place before we pull all the material upward and out of the way. And then the magic part will be coming here. Got some hair, some dog hair stuck in this foam. Not going to matter, but try and get some of that out of here. So I'm pulling it up tight, and then we're going to sneak right in front of it and right behind it, and just kind of work it so that it's all pointing straight up as best as we can. Just like so. And then I'm going to come underneath here, and we're going to whip finish the GSP out of the way. Just like that. See, it kind of wanted to fray on me. I did a couple too many whip finishes. That worked out all right. Clip that material out, and then I'm going to come underneath with that Zap-A-Gap. I like the brush on for this. So you can add quite a bit right to the bottom there. So this is going to help keep that GSP from sliding around on you, from turning on you. And then also when we go to trim, it'll help hold the material underneath together. So now that we've done that, we can hold our material up and out of the way, and then come right up with our scissors, and I like to use the hook eye kind of as a guide to cut upward as you work around, cut back down, and kind of try and create the shape of an egg there. Cut through a little quicker than I wanted, but we can shape it now based on that. So pull all the material back down, away from the top, now that we got it trimmed out a little bit. Kind of messy, but we'll manage it. Just like so, and then I like to pull the material down and trim it out on the bottom first here, clear out my hook gape, make sure that I'm gonna keep that free for good hookup ratios. And then you trim away. As I mentioned in some of my past videos, I can get kind of carried away with trimming. It's very easy to do so when you're doing these eggs, but you can kind of work with it and make it how you want it. Trim it down to the sizes that you need. Match whatever fish might be spawning and leaving eggs in the river for other fish to capitalize on. So what I think the cool part of this fly is, though, before I go too much further trimming, is creates a couple of little hot spot dots there. And if you ever looked at an egg up closely, there's always a little spot that's kind of the yolky spot, and every once in a while there's a couple spots on there. So just for fun, why not try to match that when you're tying too. But now I'm just going to work on my shape, get it down to the size that I like. And if you've never fished egg patterns, I'd say give it a shot. I know some people out there don't necessarily believe in fishing egg and worm patterns, and they'd rather try to match the aquatic insect life. But there's no arguing with how effective an egg pattern can be if fished at the right time in the right spot. Alright, as you can see, I could go all day trimming an egg pattern, but get the idea. So just a nice rounded shape to it, and we'll call it there. But that's how you make a nice foam egg, dual yolk version here. Just a cool little egg pattern that'll catch a lot of fish. If you enjoyed the video today, make sure to give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see us tie in the future, please drop us a comment in the lines below. For more fly fishing and outdoor related videos, be sure to subscribe to the AvidMax YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you out there.